About to tell you what the controlled, corporate, fascist, authoritarian left is afraid of. About to point it directly out to you, and it's hiding in plain view. I'm here in a hotel room in San Antonio. My children are out seeing some of the sights, along with 5 of my older daughter's friends that came here with us. They're in some other rooms. And I'm about to show you in this hotel room what they're really scared of. No, it's not out here. It's not the Riverwalk. It's not the building that the Ghostbusters movie was actually based on. That's really cool. You'll learn about that, baby. The biggest gargoyles in the world on it. No, it's not Texas Oil and Energy or the fact that Texas doesn't have an income tax. That's not what they're scared of most. About to show you. They're scared of the fact that trending and the most popular programs on Netflix, on Amazon, especially on YouTube, are people like Paul Watson, Steven Crowder, and then of course InfoWars. And last night my wife went to YouTube on here, didn't put in a profile or anything, and I was in 2 of the top videos that were on there. She started watching one on ancient civilizations and I was in that. Then she saw another video with Paul Watson and myself on Crowder. The point is that this is what they're afraid of. Ubiquitously, that you go to a hotel, and this is in more and more of them, and instead of paying for a bunch of crappy Hollywood stuff that nobody wants, it's just YouTube, basically free to the hotel. And then I was reading in some of the trade publications in the last year, this is outpacing everything else. I think I hear my daughter about to come to the door, her and her friends. So this is what they're scared of, ladies and gentlemen. And it means they're scared of you. They're scared of you. You having access, you speaking out, you choosing what you want to watch. But more importantly, you starting your own channels. They want to intimidate you and run you off these. And I think about how they tried to ban us, CNN and others the last month off YouTube. How they lied about what we said about David Hogg, saying they were crisis actors and nobody died. Hogg goes around saying that. Now he fascistically wears an armband. The photos on Infowars.com. And he also says that, everyone's scared of him and the politicians are running scared. No, the majority of Americans want the Second Amendment, buddy, and they get it. That less than 2% of people are killed with your so-called assault weapons. But Rex Jones, I went to the Alex Jones channel on here in the first video I just went up today. My son shot this himself, directed it, went out, had the idea himself to go out and spout leftist lies about guns. Because he's quoting people, and he says ban AR-17s that don't exist, and when he says take off the fully automatic button, and when he says the bullet button, and when he says you screw off the front and it becomes an Uzi. These are all things that have actually been said, and we have the crazy clips in there. So it's all about banning semi-autos. And they're making their main push to ban the First Amendment right now. You can see the incredible footage of Owen in Austin yesterday with people following him around, denying him his First Amendment, trying to keep him from talking to people. I mean, but they're such followers, they're so weak. And all they say is gay frogs, gay frogs, gay frogs. And then he goes, atrazine is killing the frogs and making them where they're attracted to the same sex and they're dying. They go, good, more gay. It's a total engineering operation. So here's what he did this himself, edited himself with Jake Lloyd helped him. I appreciate that. And Rex wants to be a reporter. He's doing a great job. He's 15 years old, and he can go out and safely, under a pen name, not be attacked by the left. So he's Channel 7 News, spouting the same lies that mainstream media spouts about guns directly to them. So this is what they're afraid of.
Hi, I'm Rex Jones from Infowars.com, but I'm no longer Rex Jones. I'm Chad Flitterson from News 7, a liberal news organization which I made up. I'm here to see...
By the way, he didn't want to go out with us to San Antonio with the girls. He stayed with my parents. This is what he went out and did yesterday. It's what my son was doing yesterday.
insane gun accessories and gun laws people will actually believe exist. Do you think that the semi-automatic nozzle should be banned on most AR-15s? This is a device which lets the user screw off the barrel of the gun and convert it into a semi-automatic Uzi-like weapon for more damage in close areas. See that right there? That, in fact, is the nozzle right there. Do you think that should be banned? Yes. It's good to talk to people that know what they're talking about. This is awesome. What are your thoughts on bump stocks?
I think they should be illegal.
Yeah, they're absolutely horrible. It allows you to turn a semi-automatic weapon into a fully automatic weapon.
I know.
Totally illegal.
Awful.
And what are your thoughts on the bullet button?
I don't have bullet buttons.
It switches through modes of fire. Incredibly dangerous. This is one of the things that the NRA loves.
Here's the thing. I don't want to be on the news, but I will tell you that I think anything that makes it easier to kill more people in a short amount of time is bad and should be illegal.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, ma'am. Common sense gun reform.
Sorry?
Thoughts on...
Did you hear that, though? But only the bad guys will have the guns then. Mexico has a crime rate roughly 11 times ours with guns. Chicago has the world crime record for a city. Brazil now has broken the record for Mexico for most gun crimes. They have a total gun ban there. And now their guy in the lead for president says he wants a Second Amendment. Switzerland has the lowest crime rate in the world, more guns than we have.
Common sense gun reform? Any opinions?
Ban guns.
Mr. and Mrs. America, turn them all in.
That's what I'd say a good opinion right there. Are you aware of the new apparatus the NRA is shipping out? It's these modified bump stocks, turning any semi-automatic weapon into a fully automatic weapon?
Yeah, I think I've probably heard of that. I'm definitely against that.
Well, it's this apparatus right here. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Highly dangerous. In some cases, people are even fitting blades into them so they can use it as a hacksaw for more damage.
You don't have to sell me. I'm 100% for gun control.
What would you say, what do we need now? What kind of legislation?
I mean, we need to ban these types of automatic and, the military-style weapons.
I'm so sorry about that. The fully semi-automatic weapons?
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason that a citizen needs something like that.
Absolutely. Did you know that screws off and becomes an even more deadly Uzi-like weapon?
I mean, yeah. It's already deadly enough, I think, already.
The thing is any American can go and purchase one of those using their civil liberties, and that's absolutely horrible. Thank you. Thank you for your opinion.
Yeah, I swear to God.
Thank you so much. A great example of how the average liberal SJW is so stupid and uneducated on the matters of gun control that they'll just believe anything you feed them. I mean, the things that I'm making up could not be more fake. A bullet button? A hacksaw bump stock? Come on, people. Anyone with like half a brain cell should be able to recognize this stuff. A lot of people know about the bump stocks. You're well educated. You know about them. But not a lot of people know about the screw-off nozzle that the newer AR-15s are capable of. See, in specialized forms like this one, you're able to actually screw off the top of this one, and it turns into an even more highly lethal Uzi-like weapon. What are your thoughts on that, sir?
I'm not entirely, I don't know anything about that too much, so I don't really know, but I mean, the idea of it sounds a lot more dangerous.
It's newer technology. The NRA and actually a couple of senators are working on getting this technology since the United States. Highly dangerous. You see the screw-off nozzle there. And I think it's just absolutely wonderful that a citizen like you is open to common sense gun reform. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Thank you.
Please, it would only take a moment of your time. We'd really appreciate it. Here, would you step back here, please? Thank you.
And yes, new folks are tuning in right now on the live stream on Periscope saying, is that your son? Yes, that's my son. He wanted to come back on air. Hadn't been on air in over a year. He wanted to come on air. He did this 100% himself with Jake Lloyd on camera. And I'm here in San Antonio with my daughters. He wanted to stay up there with my parents in Austin. And so this is what he's been doing the last 2 days. I'm about to go back up to Austin. I'll be on 4 to 6 p.m. with Owen Shroyer doing the Sunday show. And we're going to just have incredible footage of them declaring war on the Second Amendment in D.C. and Austin, attacking our camera people, trying to not let them talk to folks. Those videos are on Infowars.com. There is just so much there. And this is illustrating how the left lies to folks. We've got Sink and all them saying ban AR-17s. Everything he says is something they've said. In fact, what they really said was that there's a lug nut to put a chainsaw on the guns. But Rex didn't quite say that. He said for a knife. But the left actually wants chainsaws on the guns ban, which doesn't exist. And it's just crazy. So we're speaking out. The left is trying to stop free speech everywhere. They're calling for us to be banned in thousands of newspapers a week because the old media is dying. They don't know what to do. And even if they banned Alex Jones, it's like whack-a-mole. On these dominant channels, on Hulu and all these other things, now it's all of our broadcasts are number one because people are hand searching them, they're getting them out. Whatever you get in the front page of YouTube now is mainly what they feed you, but still it gets through. It's just continual. So this video just went up hours ago, 2 hours ago. Liberals want to ban guns that don't exist. See the rest of it. Feel free to upload it to your own channels. All my stuff is copyright free. Everything that InfoWars does, whether it's articles, videos, everything we have is copyright free, free to air. We're also on a bunch of the top satellites in the country, free to air on TV stations across the country. It's amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, they make the jokes about the gay frogs. The atrazine is killing the frogs. It's killing the fish. It's giving us cancer. Okay? I was just reading a report where it also said that it made them asexual, sterile, and many of them gay, where the males want the males and try to fertilize males. There's like Harvard reports, Berkeley reports, PBS, Democracy Now! And they just went, what are we going to do when Democracy Now! Actually like 6 years ago reported it. They said, well, we'll just say Jones said it when I reported it to make it look bad, because if liberals find out about atrazine, they'll try to restrict it like bisphenol A that was also giving kids and everybody else so many problems. So it's all just a PR stunt, because this is by design to lower fertility, folks. I don't care if you're gay, I could care less. It's just a PR thing that Hillary picked up on. She used it in her campaign. So just please find out the truth and find out that the left is totally brainwashed. They're followers that mean well, but by successful approximation, they will put up with anything. But the big thing is they're afraid of you. They're afraid of free speech. The answer to the censorship is not to abandon YouTube and other platforms. It's for all of you to start your own YouTube channels. Even if you don't agree with me, just have your own original thoughts. Libertarian, conservative, agnostic, futurist, art, whether it's painting happy little trees, just whatever it is. I think I'm going to start a whole new YouTube channel. It's not even political. See if they censor that, where I'm not going to paint and talk about art I like and movies I like. Just because it's just so crazy. No, none of my children are vaccinated, okay? Yeah, we'll go out and ask folks if they think AR-15s have Death Star mods. And you can go out and do this yourself and just go out and say, hey, we should ban the laser beams. We have guys wanting to ban telescopic sights in this interview. You got to go watch the rest of it. It's on Infowars.com. It's the easiest place to find it. Newswars.com. It's on the Alex Jones channel for now. But whatever you do, everything we do, copy it, get it out. It's great. So good job to my son, Rex Jones, 15 years old. He's already 6'1". It's amazing. He's going to be like 6'4", and he's just kicking ass. And I'm really proud of him. All right, Infowars.com, Newswars.com. Thank you. I'll be back with Owen Schroyer today, 4 to 6 p.m., Infowars.com/show. They've censored our live feeds on YouTube, so I'm doing this on Periscope. But we have our own live feeds there that we pay for at Infowars.com/show. Use the internet, use all the big platforms, but also set up your own platforms so there's more diversity and free speech forever. Again, David Hogg and all of them had very fascistic speeches. They're lying about what I say, what I do. They're calling for my speech to be taken. They're saying he's a public figure, but no one's allowed to criticize him. It's now coming out of 3,000 kids. They picked the 4 SPR people. That doesn't mean they're fake. It means they're selectively banning conservative voices from the schools, including victims. We have articles about that and video about that on Infowars.com as well. You'll hear more from Rex out there with News 7. And people ask, well, why do you do that? Well, the left would attack him if he had an Infowars flag. Because they're very, very fascistic now. They've been whipped up by successful approximation to Trudeau of Canada's banning the word mother from government documents because it's hurtful. They're trying to get rid of the dictionary and encyclopedia next year, the words he and she. It's a total attack on identity. Read what the Hungarian parliament found documents on this, what Soros is planning to do. It is unbelievable how they want to totally atomize us and make us all alone. All right, Infowars.com. Love you all. Great job, Rex. Remember, they fear you. They fear your voice. So use it or lose it. Infowars.